here with.
Oh, yawning.
Oh, girl, you're yawning. What's going on? Not this big colossal. It's not this one big colossal. Girl, what you doing? You're not even in the shot. What's going on, my money mavens and moolah misfits? It's me, Joe Knows Money, and I'm here with
Chloe Knows Money.
Chloe Knows Money. So oftentimes I get the question, how soon should you start talking to your kids about money? And it's really as soon as you possibly can. So that's why I want to do a video with my daughter to have the resident expert talk about just a few tips and tricks that we use to teach Chloe about money. So to answer your question, when can you start? Really as soon as they have a concept about money. Like we taught Chloe how to count, coins and dollars and things of that nature when she was about 3 years old. And then from there, we've been talking about money concepts. But today we're going to talk about a very special one, and that's the spending jar, right? So we created 3 spending jars. And tell the people, kiddo, what did we create the spending jars from? Do you remember?
Baby Joe formula.
Yes. So Chloe is heavy into recycling, right? So her little brother, 8 months old, he still has baby formula. And so we repurposed his baby formula canisters and we made a spending jar. We also made a saving and investing jar, and you see all of the lovely stickers and the different paper that Chloe used to create it. And then we also used a sharing jar as well. So these jars are going to be instrumental to teaching Chloe early on how to budget, where her money should go, and what she should think about when money comes in the door. Now the question is this, where does the money come from? You may be used to providing an allowance through various chores and things of that nature. However, we believe in unique experiences. Every day we would start out with 10 dimes, right? $1 and say, all right, Chloe, as you move through the day, if you remain positive, focus on the glass being half full versus being half empty, you'll keep it. But if you go down a negative rabbit hole of thoughts, then we'll take some of that money back so you end the day with less than what you began with. So anyway, so that's where the money came from. And think about unique ways in which you can not only promote money, but also recycling, because that's something that Chloe is big into. And then also some character building along with it. So one of the jars that we created is a spending jar. So this is an opportunity for Chloe to put money away for things that she wants to spend it on in the future. So Chloe, what do you want to spend some of the money that you gained or earned on?
A plant for that.
Oh, a plant for daddy. Oh, how did I get so lucky? That's wonderful, kid. Okay, so I appreciate that. So Chloe has a goal of saving up enough money in order to buy dad a plant, right? So that's what we're looking at there. Also, we have a saving and investing jar. Now, Chloe and I had conversations along with my wife, right? We have conversations with Chloe and we talk about the importance of saving, the importance of investing. We even talked about some of your favorite, like Disney. We talked about Disney stock, right? We've talked about Roku, yeah. And we talked about a number of other stocks that we're invested in so that, when we're having these conversations, we're not having them in a separate room. We're having them purposely in front of our children so they can become familiar with what goes into investing, the lingo associated with it, so it doesn't seem foreign. And then also, I want it to be where Chloe is seeing everything as a potential for an investment. So if she's watching Disney and she really, really likes it, it's like, hey, can I invest in that? Or Roku, she sees that's the television that we have. Can we invest in that? We get all these Amazon packages. Can we invest in that? And it really triggers the mindset of just thinking about investing. And then last but certainly not least is the sharing jar. Chloe, have you given thought to how you might utilize the sharing jar?
I'm going to spend it for a toy for Baby Joe.
Oh, spend it for a baby Joe. So that's her little brother. One of the things we teach as well is that charity begins at home. So naturally, once we take care of those needs, we can look outside of the household. But she's going to start off by sharing with her baby brother. I'm shaking your little sharing jar, and it sounds about as full as it was before. Did you pay for the floaty from your sharing jar?
No.
Oh, I think Chloe is mastering the art of using other people's money. Didn't Mama buy that? All right, so again, we use the concept of the spending jar,
I did that.
saving and investing jar, and then the sharing jar, right? Again, this is an early budgeting technique, and then we're going to introduce different concepts as she gets older and has more money and responsibility and things of that nature. But it's important to get her in that money mind frame very early on. The other nice thing is because we're using coins in this example, or you can use cash, we're really focusing on the cash versus credit, because there's really two ways in which you can impact your child when it comes to their money habits. One is going to be for you to model those habits, but oftentimes we're a work in progress as parents. And then the other way is to teach them, to have projects like we would a science project in which we cement what we tell them. Right? So in this example, we're modeling using cash versus credit when she's going to the store, or when she's doing acts of kindness and giving and things of that nature, so that she can see she's making all these funny faces. But as you can see, it will pay dividends in the long run, because what we know from research is that people are more apt to spend as much as twice as much using a credit card than they do using cash. So again, these are little money conversations that we introduce along the way. So then Chloe will know, all right, when I can, it's important that I use cash. To be honest, it's a little bit easier to do because we're traveling internationally. So oftentimes we exchange for the currency. And in a lot of places, like for example, we're in Mexico right now, a lot of places they prefer cash. Like even using the Uber, they won't pick you up unless you have cash. So she's really getting an education in that. Or like when we went to the market and what did you buy at the market?
Apple.
Yeah. Apple what? Drink. Oh, yeah. Apple and a drink. She sure did. So, and then she was able to count out the money to the vendor and get some practice there. We also incorporated a gratitude exercise where she can have, let's say 10 dimes in her pocket, and throughout the day, she can move, one dime from one pocket to the next every time she saw something that she was grateful for. Do you remember when you just rattled off all the things you were grateful for? Do you remember what some of those things were, kid? Okay?
Dad, you, Mommy, Josie, Uncle Chris, Titi, and Abby, and Tommy, and Bobo, and Luna, and Chufu.
Yeah. So Chloe has a lot to be grateful for, and sometimes, right, when you think about money, oftentimes people have this sense of scarcity. Right, where they focus on the things that they don't have versus focusing on the things that they do have. So this allows an opportunity for Chloe to start building that relationship with money that's more important than the mathematics of it all. So she can learn to focus on what she does have versus what she doesn't have and remove that sense of scarcity. She'll be a lot happier later in life, right? So apparently we needed to make sure that Chloe gets a nap today because she is yawning away, right? But hopefully the people aren't yawning and they get some benefit out of this. All right, kid, okay, so before we wrap up today, right, we share one of the money techniques, and we can certainly share more as we go along. But anything else you want to share from your experience that you want everybody to know? What's that, baby Grace?
So you always gotta pick up your trash. And one more thing. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. See you next time.
All right, goodbye everyone, and be good to yourself.